Love you guys, man.
All right. Hey, Cornfed, can you hear us?
Reverse my camera. I got to reverse my camera.
Okay, Kaylynn. All right. We're waiting for Kaylynn to flip her camera around. Okay.
It's kind of weird for me to have these headphones on and not have heavy metal blasting through them.
Chuck is looking for us. So
anyway, while we're waiting, how you been, Willie?
Good. I should turn my phone this way. It might look good.
There you are. Yeah. All right, Kaylynn, we finally see you. Yeah, we see you now.
Yeah, you don't have a dull moment, that's for sure, buddy.
No, and I got more projects planned than I know what to do with.
Oh, same here.
Kaylynn left us again. I don't know what happened there.
Does she have bad internet or something?
She's using a different phone. Her first phone would not let her really come in. So we were having volume problems with her.
Oh.
Then, so she switched to a different phone, and well, it was working better. So
yeah, it was working pretty good when we practiced earlier.
Yeah. All right, here we are. Hi, Chuck. How are you? Okay. We have plain old Chuck and we have corn-fed. Hey, Valerie, how are you? Okay. There's 7 people on somehow, so we'll get started. First off, I want to thank my guests. Oh, Steve left us. What the heck?
Okay, I'm going to see if I can fix my lighting real quick.
Okay, well, I was going to thank my guests, but they all left me.
No, I'm here. I just killed the Christmas tree, that's all.
Okay. All right. Steve is back. Willie is back.
I was trying to go between the chat and the video feed, and I hit the wrong button.
Okay. And now Kaylynn is back.
Oh, that's better.
All right. First off, I want to welcome back Johnny with Prepping Life. Johnny took a little hiatus, which we all do at one point in time or another, but he is back. And so since he came back, that is why I decided to do this subject for tonight's talk. Prepping Life, right? And I invited Kaylynn because she is also a prepper. And Willie is, all I know is he knows a lot. So I invited.
I'm a farmer.
He's a farmer. So he knows a lot also. So hi. So I want to thank everybody on the side there. We have, and I'll call them out right now. For now, we have Valerie Reese. We have Corn-Fed Experience. We have DIY Dark Matter, Hoosier Archer Outdoors, and we have Plain Old Chuck. So far, that's the only ones I can see. All right. And now I'm going to also make one announcement before we go on. Hey, RG Homestead, before we go on, this coming Saturday, I will be live. Where did Johnny go?
I think he did the same thing I did, going between the chat and the video. He pushed the wrong button.
Okay.
Because see, on mine,
there
I can't.
My audio's messed
video
up again.
Sorry about that, guys. That was
That's
my bad.
okay.
You
Anyways,
pushed the same button I did just a minute ago.
Okay. So this, hi, Unpaved Explorer. So this coming Saturday, I want you guys to know about our charity live stream first. Valerie, every year, usually it's on Black Friday, but because of COVID, Valerie did that. Okay, that's you, Kaylynn. I'm gonna have to mute you. you got to plug your thing back in because you're echoing me. Kaylynn. Anyways, so this Saturday, Valerie. So there's different people doing different live streams in 1 hour slots. I will be the 10 a.m. Central person. If you guys want to join, please join. I know there will be we probably will not get as many donations as we normally do because 2020 has really screwed us up. But there are still a lot of people in need, right?
Absolutely.
So that Saturday 10 a.m. is mine. I will try and get a whole list out later on. But like I said, thank you, Johnny, and thank you, Steve, a.k.a. Willie, for joining this live stream. Hey, Stalker Steve, welcome. Anyways, so this one is about prepping. Now, the reason why I asked Johnny to be on is because he's in the same kind of position I am. We're both urban. You know what I mean? We're urban preppers. And Steve, a.k.a. Willie, is out in the country. So we're going to have different, basically different prepping styles, I guess you could say, or
mentality.
That's right.
Agreed.
Yeah. So first off, and I'll call you out one by one. What made you decide to start prepping? Johnny, we'll start with you. What made you start prepping?
Okay, so I've been a prepper pretty much since I was a teenager, but that was before it was even called prepping. I have always been, even when I was in my teens, I was that kid that had that backpack that I knew that I could just grab and go.
Awesome.
And like when David Canterbury came out with the 5 and the 10 C's, I was like, those are things that I've had for 20 years, dude.
Yeah. All right, Willie, what about you?
I was a Boy Scout. I am also an Eagle Scout. First rule, be prepared.
Awesome. Kaylynn, what about you? First, there you go. Your mic is muted, Kaylynn. I try to unmute it, but I can't. It says can't unmute. So when you mute you have to unmute, Kaylynn.
Yeah, Kaylynn, there should be a little icon down on the bottom left of your screen that says mic, and if you just tap that, it should unmute your mic.
Oh, she's gone again.
That was not the right button.
Well, no, that was not the right button at all. Yeah.
My bad.
So, my biggest problem, I became a prepper because, I've always been scared of things like pandemics, right? I'm a germaphobe. I'm like, God, I need to be able, if there was one, which 2020 pandemic, right? Anyways, so what would I prep? What would I go for, right? So I Willie. Your other way was better, Willie. We could see your full face.
I know, but I was reading the comments.
Oh, go ahead. Turn whatever way you want. It's fine.
Why I can only read the comments or look at the video. I can't do both, so I'm trying to flip back and forth to keep up with the comments.
Well, here's how I can do it. I can do the show as we get new comments. I'll put show up there. Okay.
Okay.
Does that help?
That works.
Okay.
I gotta put my eyeballs on because I can't see. I can't see the comments from here, so I gotta put my eyeballs on.
All right.
And I can't see them that way either. So.
Okay. But anyway, so then I met you guys through Country Prepper's YouTube channel, and he was all getting each of us to learn basically how to prep in ways.
We all miss Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Very much.
So yeah, so let me ask you guys.
Willie probably more than the rest of us because
absolutely, you guys were best
you guys
friends.
been homeboys forever.
Yep.
Ever.
So anyways, what do you guys do for water? You're in an apartment. What do you do for water?
I don't prep with water nearly as much as I should. I have a 3-gallon jug that I keep full of water. And I'm a big fan of 2-liter bottles because they're modular.
Okay. What about you? Oh, go ahead.
I don't have nearly as much water storage as I should.
Okay. What about you, Willie? What do you do for water right now?
Honestly, all I have is like a 2-gallon thing in the fridge, but I am on rural water, so it'd be like a big water tower. I also have the big deal that goes in the bathtub that you can fill up with water.
Nice.
Plus, I have a 50-gallon hot water heater that's always full. Plus, I have a hand pump across the road where the well is.
Okay.
I can pump an infinite amount of water.
I'm jealous.
Okay. Yeah.
I live in the middle of nowhere.
Yes, you do.
So my big problem with water is I had started trying to hi Ronnie. I had tried to buy the gallon jugs. Well, they don't last long. You know what I mean? They explode after a while, right? And everything. So.
Oh, Plato Chuck, good comment.
Yeah, that is right. So if you get the gallon jugs, they after 2 years they start leaking everywhere. So now I'm using juice jugs because they're thicker.
That's why I like the 2-liter bottles.
So what do you plan on changing for later then, Johnny, for later on?
I think I just need to add to my stash, to be honest.
But where do you put storage? Where would you store it? Water takes up a lot of space.
And it's heavy.
Yeah, and it's heavy. So where do you plan on, like, where do you plan on storing it, you know?
Okay, so my plan for storing it is at the bottom of closets. I have no idea what that noise was.
That was Kaylynn. I had to shut her down for a minute.
For right now, I keep my water storage in the bottom of my closets because, like, my pants and stuff, I fold and put in drawers. And my shirts get hung up, and my water storage gets put on the floor of my closet. But I also have things like Sawyer minis and Life straws and things like that, which, being here in the Midwest, doesn't really do a lot of good because we have, chemicals being sprayed on farms and things like that. So those
actually,
those chemicals.
I want to butt in there. Honestly, you have more of an issue with the sewage dumped in the waterways than you do the chemicals.
But we have Sawyer minis and we have Life straws and things like that. We have at least 2 of them at minimum in each car. We have 3 vehicles, so there's 6 of each, technically. So we have, even though we don't have the water storage that I believe we should, we still have the ability to be able to drink water.
Okay. Willie, now you said that we have to worry more about sewage. So your well water, are you not worried about the chemicals from the farmland?
I am not. My well is in the middle of a bean field right now. It'll be corn next year. I am not worried about it. The soil filters it. Has anybody taken the dirt and charcoal and sand and rocks and filtered water?
I have done it once. I did not like it.
You didn't have
enough
charcoal in the bottom.
It's kind of gross, actually.
You didn't have enough charcoal in the bottom. I can take you to a tile outlet, which is the underground tube buried in the ground to drain water out. It'll be the best water you ever had. Comes out
maybe. Yeah.
I'm not worried about it one bit. Not at all. I've been around. I've been the guy driving the big sprayer. I'm not worried about it at all. The half-life on most of them chemicals is so small, it's not an issue as far as I am concerned.
All right, then let's talk about food then. Now, I know that with us, we dehydrate a lot of food. But even with dehydration, we have to put it in the refrigerator or freezer. You know what I mean? Because no matter how long we dehydrate it, I would say I dehydrated spaghetti 6 months tops. I'm done. What do you guys do for food other than cans? Because cans are heavy.
Cans are heavy. Yes, I will agree with that all day long and part of tomorrow. The handy thing about cans is that the food inside the can is already cooked, and you might have to eat it cold, but it is it's essentially an MRE. I mean, you can eat it right now cold. You don't have to heat it up. And cold food sucks, for lack of a better word, especially if you're in a cold environment. But there is that trade-off.
What about you, Willie?
Mainly what we have stored is canned goods. Yeah. But also I'm a bug in till the last minute thing.
Good. That's what I was going to ask next.
I don't worry about carrying it. We do have some freeze-dried food. We do have the mountain houses, and I've got a couple MREs that have been given me that I've been going to do a review on, but I haven't had time to disc with it. I do have something that most people don't store is I have a lot of salt stored, because if I have to start preparing fresh meat to store it, you're going to need a lot of salt. And that's canning smart stuff, even though I don't can a whole lot now, I do have canning stuff just in case I would have to.
Yeah, that's smart, Willie. That really is.
I want to say hi to Kyle Luss. He just joined us. Welcome, Kyle. So the derecho hit Iowa, and a lot of, I don't know if you were without power, Willie, but I know I was without power for.
I was lucky. I was on the right side of the state.
No, our third day we got a generator, so we were out without power 4 days. Yeah. How about you, Willie? Oh,
not
Willie did not.
Never
and how about you, Johnny?
I was without power 2.5 days. Some of the city was out without power for almost 2 weeks here in Cedar Rapids. I actually spent a large portion of my time during that time cooking my family's dinners on my living room table. And I actually sat some props out here next to me. Well, not really props, things that I actually used to be able to cook my family meals while we were without power, because we live in an apartment and we don't have a gas stove. Everything's just electric.
Welcome back, Kaylynn. Can you hear us?
I'm not froze this time. I just kept freezing up.
Well, welcome back.
We'll stop standing outside.
I'm not outside, you goof.
Sorry,
I had to have fun with that for a second.
I know.
Yeah. So, Kaylynn, what made you start prepping?
Well, I had thought back to when I survived the flood of '93, and hopefully most in here remember that.
Yeah.
But I didn't start prepping right after that. But then after about 7 years ago, actually more than that, I was in a local organization called Food Not Bombs, and we were feeding homeless people. And I was collecting toiletries, but then when that group fizzled, I had all this food that I had collected to prepare. It was all vegetarian or vegan meals, and I had all these travel toiletries, so I just kept collecting them. And then I kept thinking back, since I survived the flood of 93, had I known then what I know now, I would have been better prepared.
True. So funny thing about flood of 93, I lived in Perry. You guys probably know that, right? Where Perry is. Not Prairie, but Perry. I was living on top. They converted an old funeral home into apartments. I lived upstairs, and I had water in Perry, but my family refused to come and get water because it was an old funeral home. But anyways, yeah, I remember that flood pretty well, and I did learn a lot from that one. So let me ask you guys, if you were to be without power for a week or more, what would have you guys done differently? 1 minute though before you guys answer. Our good thoughts and prayers go out to Kyle Luss. His mom had a stroke. She just got home.
Ouch.
She just got home last night. Kyle, we love you, and we're thinking of you and your mom.
Kyle,
Okay?
my prayers are with you, Kyle.
Yep. Yes. So anyways, if you guys were to be without power, because we prep, but a lot of us don't even think about, hey, the refrigerator, right, Willie? The freezer, things like that. What would you guys do to help not lose everything? You know what I mean? We'll start with Willie. What would have you done about that freezer?
My aunt lived in Boone. They had 6 freezers full of skinned animals because my uncle's a huge trapper. They borrowed 4 generators.
Oh.
Honestly, here, I don't have a very big freezer. I'm more worried about at work where we have the big freezer and we have all of our vegetables in our greenhouse. We are really, really looking at getting a big standalone generator just so we can keep it going so we don't lose everything.
Yeah.
There's one called a generator, which is a natural gas generator.
We have lost power here. I'm in the flood of 93. I lived right here in the basement. So where I'm at, I bought our family house. So we've been through a couple of the big ice storms here in the late 80s, early 90s, and we were out of power for over a week or two.
Yeah.
Just because they had to fix power lines. We have a wood burning fireplace down here in the basement, and when it's cold, it's not a big deal. If food stays cold, it's not an issue. We kept the basement warm enough to keep the pipes from freezing. We had the hand pump. That's when we were still on the well. We had the hand pump across the road, and we could bring it over in buckets for flushing the toilet or cooking with or any of that. And we have a propane stove. As long as I have a match, I can light the stove. And it's a 1,000-gallon propane tank. We try to keep it at least half full all year. Sometimes it's not. But in the winter, we always keep it cold or full because I can always cook and keep the house warm with it if I have to.
All right. So I want to welcome Uncle Al, Die Bullfrog 79. I want to welcome Jason Williams. I was just mule deer hunting with him not too long ago. So, one thing I want to say is, Valerie, you were without power. Can you on the side chat tell us how you survived? All right, your turn, Johnny. What would have you done if you were without power for over a week?
Well, I will tell you what I did do while I was without power after the derecho happened. We live in an apartment. All of our appliances are electric. I'm one of the few apartment dwellers that I know that actually has a chest freezer in their living room. So to cook food for my family, I took a 3-pound coffee can. I took what I have always called a church key, which is one of these things.
Hold on. I'm gonna put you on there by yourself for a minute there, so that people can see you. There you are.
Yeah,
Take two.
This is what I have always called a church key because it's what my mom called it. And I popped some holes in a 3-pound coffee can, and I cut the bottom out of it, and I set it inside of a small cast iron pan.
Mm-hmm.
And this is basically a sterno can. This particular brand is Coughlin's Camp Heat. If I can figure out how to. Camera's a little bit fiddly on this.
Yeah, remember I told you left is right and right is left.
Yeah, but up is up and down is down. And so it confuses me. And so that way I had a way to put it out. And I cooked dinner every night for 3 days on one sterno can.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and all I did was pop 4 holes around the bottom and 4 holes around the top and cut the bottom out of it. Because I had this neat little tool, and I think that every prepper should have one of these little neat little things in every single survival bag they have. Because it's not just for punching holes. You can open an entire can with it. And I cooked dinner for my family on cast iron in my living room on my coffee table the entire time we were without power.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was very awesome. And I'm not talking just generic meals. I mean, we had chili and we had this and we had that. I wasn't cooking half a blank meals. I was actually cooking like full-on meals on a 3-pound coffee can.
Awesome. Kaylynn, what did you do when I noticed that you cooked a few things, so hello, Humnoy, how are you? Kaylynn, what did you do when you were without power for that duration?
What I did, I still see Johnny.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. We'll go back to our thing there.
Yeah, thank you.
Was it this one? This one. There you go.
Yeah, that one.
All right.
I either used this little thing to heat up water for coffee.
Hold on. Show that again.
This is my little.
Oh, okay. It's a little
$8
stove head.
pocket
Okay,
rocket
your
knockoff.
stove head. Uh-huh.
And you say, I had different ones, but like an instant coffee, this just happens to be from a Russian ration.
Uh-huh.
Or I didn't bring it out here because it's bigger. My homemade alcohol stove is what I use to cook that deer meat that you gave me out on my deck. And I put that inside of my twig stove.
Hello,
to cook that, and I put my wok on top of that.
Awesome.
And otherwise, you know, if I didn't have that, because I reviewed rations, this is just a retort pouch with the entree from a ration.
Uh-huh.
Or I could have done just like these bars.
Awesome.
I didn't lose
we
water
have 2 new people.
pressure, but I keep water in things like this, all kinds of containers just all over my apartment.
Awesome. So how many days of water do you think you have on hand, Kaylynn?
Oh, for as far as potable water,
like
probably
cooking?
At least a month.
You have a month
and a half
worth of water? Well, you're
and then other jugs that's strictly for cleaning or for flushing the toilet.
Okay.
That's actually pretty impressive being an apartment dweller.
Yeah.
I don't have that much.
So
I
my
wish I did.
audio is really messed up again. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. So Corn-Fed said they lost power for
But because I
12
use small
hours,
containers
which is
like this, different
pretty,
sizes, I can scatter them all over my apartment.
Yeah. So Corn-Fed is pretty lucky they lost power for only 12 hours. And Chuck does have a generator. I got lucky on our third day. A friend of ours gave us a generator to borrow. So we plugged it in for a couple hours to get everything refroze. And we also got really lucky that our 2 deep freezers are in the basement where it's nice and cold. And we would not open it. We would not open it at all. And then in the garage, we had a chunk of ice. Man, it had been a 20-pound chunk of ice just in the freezer. So we just kept that closed and we would not open it for anything.
That's super smart.
Yeah. So, oh, look at that.
Free
Corn-Fed
packs.
was on airport power, so that's why they got their power back pretty fast, right? Oh, look at that. That's pretty smart.
My freeze packs in my freezer kept my stuff cold.
Yeah. But in an apartment, you guys don't have your single water. Do you guys have your own single water heater, or do you guys? Is it for the complex or
whole building?
Yeah, for me, there's one water heater for the whole building, and I'm pretty sure it's an inline, like on-demand water heater.
Ah. So now, a while back, we all were in charge of doing remember that? We were going to be in the car for 24 hours. We break down. But before I go to that, actually, Willie brought up a big thing earlier that I want to know. Do you plan on bugging in or bugging out? Because I hear all the time people bugging out. They're going to the woods. They're going to the woods. They're bugging out. Right?
They don't
What
know
are your plans? What do you guys plan? Bugging in or bugging out, Willie?
You've been here. Why would I leave?
I wouldn't leave either.
I wish I had your place, Willie. I'm jealous.
I got room.
Yeah. Jason has a pretty great setup, actually. He does. He has a fifth wheel, all this junk.
Yeah.
But we want to welcome Alan B. Pro.
What's up, bro?
All right, well, brother.
Anyways, Johnny, you bugging in or out?
For me, it depends on the situation. Like when we had the derecho, we totally bugged in for about 3 days.
Yeah.
But if it's a Red Dawn situation, then things are going to go completely different. It just kind of depends on what the situation is and kind of all that. I mean, it just completely depends on the situation, whether the plan is to bug in or bug out. We have both plans laid out.
Everybody says they're bugging out to Willie's.
They at least know where part of our property is. You don't know where I live.
Well, the good news for me is I know how to get to Willie's house.
Yeah.
It only takes you about 3.5 hours. I was just in Cedar Rapids on Thursday.
Yeah, it's about 3.5 hours. Yep, that's legit.
Yeah.
Assuming there's no traffic jams or everybody else trying to bug the F out.
Hey, how many of you actually have a Faraday cage?
I want one.
You want one? Do you have one?
I got.
I
could
I
set
do
it
not
up
have
for
one, but I
very
want
little
one.
money.
I got a mini, and I got the stuff to build a larger one, but I haven't done it yet.
I really need to build one to put my ham radio equipment inside of.
Now, does your ham is it battery? It's battery, right?
Yes, my current ham radio is battery. I'm getting ready to install one in about 3 of my vehicles that are going to run off of the vehicle.
Okay, who wants to explain to corn-fed what a Faraday cage is? Yeah, go ahead, Johnny.
So basically, a Faraday cage is a wire mesh cage that, so if there's like an electromagnetic pulse or an EMP, as we call it for short, is to strike. It protects the electronics inside of it from being fried. There's a reason that I'm working on getting both of my Jeeps to be not reliant on any computer or anything. Just make them completely naturally aspirated. That's a subject for a whole like 3 video series.
Willie, can you elaborate on that more?
He pretty well said it.
Yeah.
It's a box, homemade box, or you can buy them, of metal that is grounded. So when the electronic pulse from, we've all watched the movies where they set off a nuke and it fries all the electronics and everything stops running. It works really good. And then the best way to test it is take your cell phone, and if it rings, the electronic transmission's going through. If it doesn't, it's working. Is an easy test, but you can make it out of a metal garbage can as long as you seal it and ground it. And you need to make sure whatever you're putting in it isn't touching the outside. So if you would put like a cardboard box in it and set whatever you're trying to do on it, and then take the metal aluminum tape and tape it shut, the lid, you built it for very little money. And then ground it. You need a big grounding rod and attach it well.
Yes, what Willie said.
Papa Rome's, thank you for that. Papa Rome's just came on, people. If you guys haven't checked him out, he's a great hunter. If you guys want to check him out. But yeah, Papa Rome's just wrote that pretty cool. I did not know it is a copper mesh. I thought it was steel.
You can use anything that conducts electricity. Copper mesh works well, but you don't have to use it, because you can use just a metal garbage can if you want.
Yeah, copper is ideal. And yes, thank you, Papa Rums. I couldn't. My eyeglasses. I'm sitting at exactly the wrong distance to be able to read everything.
So, and okay, let's talk about vehicles then. Now I know that Johnny has a good vehicle that, right? Its carburetor doesn't have a computer box and all that stuff, correct?
That's what I'm working towards.
Oh, that's what you're working towards. Do you have one, Willie?
I have my tractor. It's diesel. It'll start on anything.
All right.
I do have a couple carbureted vehicles, but they've got electronic ignition in them. So you hear it might affect it, it might not. Everybody's got a different opinion on it. But it's easy enough to switch the whole distributor out, throw it in an HEI distributor takes 1 bolt and 2 plugs, and you can have the dang thing in and out in about 5 minutes. So if you'd have one in a cage, you could just pull it out, put it in, and it'd be done. Yay for a small block Chevy.
I could do it in 5 minutes if I had a beer in my hand.
It's that easy. It's take 1 bolt out and you can pull it up out.
Yeah, it's super easy. If you know what you're doing.
Hey, honey, Pauline Newman says hi. Welcome, Pauline Newman.
All right. Dismembered and stolen.
Yeah, Kaylynn used to have a trike, and somebody stole her trike. Isn't that horrible? That was her bug out vehicle.
Yeah, I've lost 4 of them.
Oh my gosh, that's horrible.
Well, if it makes everybody feel any better, I have 4 vehicles, and I'm the only one in the house that drives.
You don't want to know what I have in my yard.
I've seen your yard, Billy.
It's gotten bigger.
Oh, good for you, man.
I also bought 2 combines.
All right,
nice.
See you guys in a little bit, Corn-Fed Experience. We got Renee in the house. If you guys don't know Renee, say hello. Renee, we're talking about prepping.
Hello, Renee.
Hello.
I can't see the side chat at all.
That's why I'm picking them all up one by one. Hopefully, people can see what I'm trying to keep up, anyways.
I mean, I see a little bit of it down at the bottom, but I don't see anything over on the right.
Yeah, don't worry about the right. I'll put it on the bottom for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Thack.
No problem. So we already talked about bugging in. Okay. What advice do you have for new preppers? Johnny.
Okay. For new preppers, first thing I advise, whether you live in the country or in an apartment in the city like I do, every time you go to the grocery store, buy one can, just one, or maybe two, depending on what your budget is, and take some of that and put it away for later. Don't worry about eating it. You might want to try it first. Well, I mean, there are some canned things that certain people don't like. So buy a couple and try one, and then put the other one just like up above, and just don't touch, just leave it for later. It's great to have a chest freezer like I do, like my family does, but don't rely on those frozen foods. The canned stuff, while it might be heavy, just buy an extra can and put it away.
Okay, so Jack is a new person and he doesn't know who I am, so I am a female. He didn't want to be disrespectful, but he wanted to know, so that's no problem. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Kaylynn, what would you give advice to new preppers? Kaylynn?
Think about your space. Think about, can you hear me?
Yep.
Think about your space and how much you can hold, and prioritize the things that are most important. You know, I don't have a car, so I don't store gasoline. So why would I bother with that? Yeah, I have a cat, so I wouldn't store dog food. But anyway,
all right.
Tailor your prep to the size of your space.
Thanks, Jason. Thanks, Alan.
And start small. You know, even if it's something like this for an emergency stove, that's a good start. And if you can make stuff, make some stuff. That way you don't have to pay a whole lot of money.
Awesome.
And check out
what
would you clearance sections.
Yeah, Snidely Whiplash says that he noticed a lot of the dehydrated foods are out of stock at Sam's Club. You know,
yes,
I was actually at Mills Fleet Farm, and I was at Sportsman's, and they were out also. I don't know about the new one by you, Willie, but I noticed that one, the one here.
Closer to you than me.
Yeah. So, Willie, what's your advice for new preppers?
Not everybody's scenario is the same. Just because you watch it on YouTube does not mean that's the best thing for you. Every one of us on here has a completely different plan, scenario, and issues to worry about. Don't worry about everybody else. You will be fine. All
right. Thank you. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't keep up. Hey, Bob's Woodland Adventure is here.
Hi,
welcome, Bob. And we have Stillwater Nation that is here.
Hello.
Stillwater, I'm not transgender. I'm just really manly looking. but it's okay. Anyways, you're right. Not every scenario, right? So like I said earlier, I prep for pandemics because I'm a germaphobe. But it wasn't what I thought it was going to be, right? All I get right now is, oh, wear a mask, wear a mask, wear a mask. Well,
Clorox wipes.
Clorox wipes. Sty, oh, hi, Sty North. Welcome. Thank you for that. You did not have to do that. Thank you. But, so, you know, the thing is, what I thought was going to be like, right, like, oh, bird flu, all of this and all that, and all that, but it didn't this pandemic didn't turn out to be what I prepped for. Does that make sense?
It didn't get that bad.
Yeah, because I was thinking we should stock up on gas masks. We have and like air purifiers. I went and bought extra duct tape for plastic and all this stuff. You know what I mean? To seal.
There's no dead people in the streets to worry about.
No. So what are you guys? So everybody has a way of what they're kind of scared of, right? So Willie, what style of prepping are you, like economic collapse, World War III? What are you kind of?
I'm not a doomsday prepper. I'll guarantee that. I'm fairly easygoing with most of it.
Come here, honey.
Willie, I can't imagine you not be easygoing.
The world's not going to come to an end overnight.
Stillwater, this is my wife.
Hi, Brenda.
I'm not super worried about it. I'm more worried about for me not having enough money. I have a job where I make money like 6 months out of the year. So I have to make my money and stuff last the rest of the year. That's more of what I worry about, keeping my bills paid up. I feel farmers were the original preppers due to the fact of if their combine breaks, they have to fix it to get back in the field. They have the big tool trucks and parts stored for the common breakdown areas. It's just what you do. You fix stuff and you keep going. You got to get it done in a timely fashion. That's kind of what I am. I really don't prep as hard as I probably should. I do like to dabble in reloading. That way, if something happens, I can still harvest food for my family. But really, do you think we're going to go to war with the Army? We're not going to win. They have hundreds of millions of rounds stored in facilities. Yes, I would like to think that we could red dawn it and win against the Army, but realistically, I don't know. Maybe I listened to Jeremiah too much. Maybe I listened to Jeremiah too much, and if we started to fight too much, we're all going to end up dead. And what was the for?
I like Alan's rate in importance: food, medical, gear, guns, ammo, things like that. Awesome. And then I want to apologize to Sty North. I am sorry I put you in timeout on accident.
Just as bad as all of us pushing the wrong buttons.
Yes, I had to get Stillwinter off of there and accidentally put Sty on timeout. So I'm sorry, Sty. You will be able to come back soon. Papa says if it's against military, it's over. Snidely says someone is buying up all the ammo. Welcome, WoodPigeon. We're glad you're here. About those things all together. Okay. I don't know what's going on. We're for that. Okay,
sounds like
everybody.
Train's going by.
I think that was Kaylynn's.
I was looking at the side
There we go.
chat on another.
All right.
device.
Anyway, so I forgot where I went. What did I say last? I'm sorry.
You're asking what we prep for.
Yes. So Willie was okay. Willie's prepping for his future to make sure that everything was safe for him and his family. Johnny, your turn.
I kind of prep like I'm prepping for zombies. Not that I think zombies are just going to come crawling out of the woodwork. I'm not trying to be that weirdo, but I kind of feel like if I'm ready for zombies, that I will be ready for, hopefully, fingers crossed, anything.
Good. Kaylynn.
I like to mainly prep for weather stuff, and also economic or system disruptions as best as I can. I don't have a generator because I can't have a gas generator here, but I hope to have a solar system set up in the near future. But YouTube channel called Sensible Prep, and he talks about prepping sensibly. Prep smart, and I've told that to some friends here. Prep smart, don't panic buy, do a little at a time, and before you know it, you're set up pretty good for a little while. But because I also worked in healthcare, I like to prep on the medical side too.
Oh, awesome. All right. We got Papasis here. Oh, he's butchering a buck today. Well, congratulations on your buck. That's awesome.
Good job.
That is pretty awesome.
I think we have another. I don't know who my mods are, but I think this is another one of them. So we'll just do that. Sorry. All right. We got WoodPigeon. He preps for winter, but hunting season was cut really short this year due to COVID. Oh. I think ours hunting and fishing really boomed, didn't it, because of this pandemic?
I think so, because people had time to do it because they got paid to sit at home.
Yeah. So how has this pandemic affected you guys and your prepping styles?
Who do you want to speak to
first? You. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting. I'm so used to us just talking, right?
Well, I don't want to talk on top of somebody else.
Okay, we'll go backwards this time. We'll start with Kaylynn. Kaylynn, what has this pandemic done for you or against you or whatever? Uh-oh. Kaylynn? That question was for you.
Oh, for me?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't sure. But, well, not many people know that I live on disability, and I do get some other assistance. And one form of assistance did get jacked up. And so what that allowed me to do was to add significantly to my food preps. So I've been taking full advantage of that.
Mm-hmm.
So that was in my favor. But because I didn't have to bother with trying for employment or any of that, or
Kaylynn, your mic
I
is
still
not
get my
working very well.
Every month, I didn't have to be worried about losing my.
Yeah, I think Kaylynn, you're either your internet or your earphones or something
should be turned on.
Yeah. So, anyways, Johnny, your turn.
Yeah. What was the question again, real quick?
this pandemic, has it helped you with like your mindset on prepping, or has it hurt you?
Here's what the pandemic changed for me. Excuse me. It made me realize I had an epiphany about 3 weeks into it that I'm apparently not a very social person. Because the only, honestly, the only thing that it changed for me is that it turned me into a germaphobe for about 6 weeks. Other than that, I go to work and I go home, and that's the only thing it changed. It made me a germaphobe for 6 weeks. Yeah. And now I'm like, I've done the math and I've looked at the statistics on the survivability. COVID is actually not that very dang deadly. It turned me into a germaphobe for about 6 weeks, and that's all it changed, because I go to work and I come home and I do the same thing. And while I am at work, I drive a company vehicle and I do deliveries in a company vehicle. And the only thing it's really changed other than that is it made this nice little wrinkle in my beard, which one of my bosses calls the COVID curl. That's what it's changed.
Honestly, it really hasn't changed a damn thing, except I have to wear a stupid mask in freaking Walmart.
In defense of the mask, I will say this. The lead singer of one of my favorite bands, which is Slipknot. If you're into heavy metal, you'll know who they are. If you're not, you probably won't. But Corey Taylor, the lead singer from Slipknot, was like, well, you know what? If I can wear a mask for 2 hours on stage every night, somebody else can wear one while they're in the store for 5 minutes. Okay, I'm on board with that. I'll wear a mask for 5 minutes while I'm in the frickin' store.
Okay, but does it actually do anything? Most of the people I know that have had COVID personally, they are all strict. Wash your hands, wear your mask everywhere, and they are the ones most likely to get it. All of the people that work with my wife at the school district, most of them that have had it are very strict, always have their mask on people. The mask doesn't help. It's a shirt. You pull your shirt up over your nose and you still get it. We don't worry about none of this for the flu. If a mask works so well, how come we can't go visit loved ones in the hospital or a nursing home? Because masks work is what everybody says, but you still can't get in with or without a mask.
Oh, Willie, I completely agree.
I wear it because they asked me to, because they asked me to wear shoes when I'm in there, so I wear shoes. I try to follow by the rules. It's dumb because it doesn't do a damn bit of good, but we have to because they make us. Honestly, a year ago, if anybody walked into a bank, a store with a damn mask on their face, the cops would have been called and they'd probably been shot.
Right.
Especially winter season, stocking cap and a freaking mask. You see this much of me. You can't tell who it is.
Willie, I completely agree, brother. I am completely on board with you. I get it.
So, I don't know if most of you guys know, I'm in healthcare. So I have to actually when I actually go into work, I have to wear that mask for 8 hours.
And it's not healthy.
Let me tell you what, my breath stinks sometimes.
It's not healthy for your lungs.
All that humidity in there. Oh my God. I haven't broken out since I was a teenager. So now I wear the mask and I'm breaking out all over the place because the humidity, all that stuff.
The bacteria.
All the bacteria that just grows in there,
I actually have a friend that works in the healthcare field. And when I say a friend, I mean somebody who's a regular customer at my auto parts store. and she was saying that people are actually becoming sick because of having to wear the masks.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's not. I don't think it's healthy for us to wear a mask for 8 hours, and all that humidity, all our own germs is bouncing back, and we're breathing it in all the time, right?
Absolutely. Can I excuse myself for just a few seconds?
Yes,
right,
go ahead.
I'll be right back.
Yep. So Alan says he uses the smog.
Mask acne.
Uh-huh.
Hey, I hate them too. It makes my glasses fog horribly bad. I've never been good with a face mask. It sucks.
Hey, special ed, if you guys didn't know, if you guys take shaving cream and clean your mask with shaving cream, it does help. It really does.
Your glasses?
Yeah, your glasses. It'll stop your glasses from fogging.
You said I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry. If you clean your glasses with shaving cream, it helps it from not fogging up. Now, it doesn't work for the whole 8 hours, but it does work for I would say it worked for me for at least 3 hours.
That's a great idea, because that way you don't get sick, WoodPigeon.
Yes, absolutely. Actually, and before, we actually provided all of our staff with the cloth mask, right? So now we're like, nobody can wear a cloth mask. You get a new mask every day now, because we couldn't trust people to wash their masks. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it was, there you go. Are defoggers really, they have a chemical in them, right? I don't know.
I know, like when people go scuba diving, a lot of times they spit in their mask to keep them from fogging up, but I haven't found that to be true on my glasses. I tried.
Valerie is actually a scuba diver, and she uses a defogger. She doesn't spit in her mask.
I've heard it. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
but you're not breathing in and out of it. My problem is, as soon as it gets really cold and I'm spending time outside, they fog so much from the temperature that it's gonna drive me nuts.
Sorry about my temporary absence, everybody.
I don't know where the masks are made, Alan. I'll be honest with you. Yeah. Thank you, Chuck, for that reminder. And I don't know. I mean, some masks are made in China. Some masks are made here, aren't they? I honestly don't know.
They're probably made by some politician's company, so they get the money for it. That's why they mandate it.
Mm-hmm. Well, go ahead, Johnny.
Yeah, apparently in my 40s, raising my hand still works. As far as the whole COVID thing goes, I kind of feel like you've either had it, you have it, or you're going to get it. That's going to be the thing. And until everybody has had it, it's not going to be over. The good news is I've done a ton of homework, and there's a 99.98% of survivability. More percentage-wise, more people will die from getting the flu than they will from getting the COVID. That's a true story.
Yep.
And the COVID sucks. I believe that my family had it like when they were still talking about it just being still in China.
I had it in December.
I think I had it in January. I think so.
I believe that me and my family had it, my family and I, to be proper as far as English goes. My family and I believe we had it like late January, early February, because we were all sick AF for about 3 weeks.
That was us in December during deer season.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean,
you are so right.
I could I could have done my business through a screen door and not touched a wire.
Yeah. Steinworth is so right. Go out, get fresh air. Yes, absolutely right. You know,
our class we took for our agritourism, because we weren't sure if we were going to open our orchard up to people because, you know, we didn't want to be liable. They said the germ out in the sunshine and the UV rays will last less than 2 minutes.
There you go.
Well, yeah. So if you're walking through my neighborhood and you see some crazy guy in his middle ages, you know, just dancing around, flopping things around, just ignore me. I'm doing scientific research.
Chuck, I'm sorry for the loss of your friend. I am sorry for that.
Yeah, I'm sorry too. I'm sorry also, Chuck. That sucks, man. I'm sorry to hear that.
Okay, Alan, I hope you don't get it, but I understand what you're saying. Yep.
I agree with him, because odds of me dying are very slim, but I am okay with it. I take my chances. I don't get a flu shot. I don't get the flu.
Yep.
I'm there, dude.
Speaking of glasses.
All right. So we have passed our hour mark, and I want to thank all our guests, and I want to thank all our viewers that came by to say hi to all of us. Hey guys, thank you guys so much for making my first Talk with Thack Tuesday a huge success. I want to thank everybody that joined us on the side chat. I hope everybody stays safe, for one. I will see you again soon, Willie.
Hey, got a question before you quit.
Go ahead.
What's the topic for next week?
You know, I haven't decided yet.
I was just going to plug it for next week. I was trying to help you.
All right. I don't know. What do you want to talk about next week? We'll talk about something next week. I don't know what.
Deer season.
Deer season is coming up. And hey, maybe we can get Alan B. Pro on here because he wants to learn how to deer hunt.
Well, I
He's
want
got
to
have a big pickup that's fast. It's easy. And don't get caught.
How to reload? Hamnoy wants to know how to reload. Maybe we can get a few, but I will send out some feelers to find out how many people are willing to come if we did a hunting one or if we did a reloading one, whatever else, you know. So I will be
hunting.
Okay. Thank you, Sty. I am so sorry about earlier. I don't know. See, on StreamYard, I don't know who my mods are. So, yeah, that's why I'm sorry. But we had a person that was just fixated on me being gay, and then he said I was going to go to hell. So I had to block him.
We're all going to do something.
Uh-huh.
Well, I already know I'm going to hell, so we're good with that.
All right. Thank you, guys. I appreciate
okay.
each and every single one. Hold on. Does anybody want to be in the live stream Saturday? We have a 6 p.m. opening.
I'll have to check my schedule, but I'm down.
All right. Valerie, get with Prepping Life. I can send you his email to you. Okay, Valerie? I know you're a complete new person, Alan, but hey, Willie is willing to take you hunting. I'm willing to take you hunting. So, you know, we'll get you there somehow. All right, guys, I want to thank the panel. We got Willie, AKA.
Alan, you might be the best one for it because you'll ask the questions that we already think we know.
There you go, Alan. There you go. So I put the links to Willie's channel, which is Steve Brahms. I put the link to Johnny's channel, which is Prepping Life, and Kaylynn Strain as Kaylynn Strain. So, I'm knowing that's awesome. People eating tasty animals, PETA. So
I have a shirt that says that.
Hey, Johnny, there's a link for you. There's an email address for Val if you will get with her.
Okay.
Right here. If anybody wants to be part of her charity live stream, please go over there and check it out. Hey, if you guys check out my 10 o'clock 10 o'clock live stream, you will see Creative Redundancy CR dancing. He does
Love
a great dancing.
I love his channel.
He dances for 1 full hour on my live stream to help me raise money.
Shit, I don't think I could dance 15 minutes.
He danced last year for a whole hour, and I think our channel, right, CR and I and Brenda, we raised something like $300 or something. So, I know that 2020 it may be a bad year, but I hope we all show up to help Valerie out because it is a good charity.
If 2020 were a toilet paper, it would be a cheese grater.
So here's one of the new items. Valerie, check it out. Let me put myself here. No, wrong person. Hold on here. There I am. Oh, there we go. Valerie, check it out. She made herself a little
Sinterklaas.
Gosh darn this backwards thing. There you go. He's coming up the chimney. So that will be up for auction.
Sinterklaas.
Yeah, so that will be up for auction on Saturday and stuff too. So, folks, she's already got $235 donated. Awesome. That's awesome. But anyways, folks, Johnny, Kaylynn, Willie, thank you guys so much for making this a great success. Folks, until next time, may all your adventures be A-okay. I'll see you guys next Tuesday.
Okay, next Tuesday we need to talk about the derecho. Because we didn't do that and we planned on it and we didn't.